Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. Today I want to talk about adding extra notes into the minor pentatonic scales to give your improvisations a little bit more flavour and colour. Let's have a look. Now this lesson goes under the assumption that you're okay with this shape that's on screen right now, which is the A minor pentatonic shape 1. This is a movable shape like all of the others, and what you're going to learn in this lesson will apply to the whole movable shape concept. So if you're used to doing this in different keys, this will travel just as your minor pentatonic ones do as well. I think it's worth noting that all the red notes are what we call root notes. Okay, so we're in the key of A. Those three notes are all A notes. That being, the root is the strongest note that you could play in your improvisation, providing you're playing over an A chord. And it's good to know where those are, and it's a good place to start and potentially finish improvising from if you're fairly new to it, okay? Pause the video if you need to. If not, let's have a look at the two shapes side by side. So the one on the left hand side is the one that was on the previous slide, and the one to the right hand side has the additions. So pause the video if you need to, but don't worry about playing it yet. I just want you to have a really good look at that and see if you can see any correlation between the one on the left and the one on the right. Now I can see the pattern of the minor pentatonic exists in the one on the right hand side with a couple of additions. So I can still see that on the low E string we've got 5 and 8, but we've got a 7th fret added. We've got 5 and 7 still on the A string, but then we're going to add the 8th fret. The D string's the same. As we move on to the G string, we actually push it back a fret. So you can see how we play the 4th fret on the G, followed by the 5th and the 7th, which is borrowed from the minor pentatonic. Now, that note, that 4th fret, is a really, really strong one. I'll come back to that in a second. That really adds a lot of colour, does that note, and it's one to save. Moving on to the B string, you've got the 5th, 6th, and 8th frets with the addition of the 6th, and then the high E, you've still got fret 5 and 8 from the minor pentatonic, but then you add the 7th as well. It'd be a really good idea to potentially take a screenshot of this if you needed to. I am going to put a free PDF that you can download on the Facebook group as well. First link in the description. So let me just play both of those for you. I'm going to come back to those. Don't worry about that. So minor pentatonic sounds like this. Natural minor. Right then, so again, like I said, there'll be PDFs of this that you can download on the Facebook group, and I think it'd be good to actually be able to print it out and download it. It's completely free, don't want anything from you. It's we've got quite a few members now, it's good. Right, so you've learnt the notes. How do we use it? Now, what I'd do is I'd put a backing track on. I'll put a link in the description to the video of a backing track. So I'll find a backing track that you can use on YouTube to jam along to. Now, just as you'd normally improvise, I want you to play something using the minor pentatonic scale, something bluesy, followed by some colour. Play something from the minor pentatonic. Play something using the natural minor. Do you remember me saying earlier that 4th fret on the G was a really strong note? If you're really wanting to colour, it's a really kind of Santana-esque thing to play as that. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions and you'd like me to make a follow-up to this video. But improvisation is, some people really struggle with it because you're giving the keys to the car and kind of gone, there you go on, see you later, have fun. And some people need a little bit more help with that kind of stuff. Hopefully this helps and adds a little bit of extra colour, and I want you to think of this like, improvisation is about having a tool belt, you know, like a builder's tool belt. This is one of many tools that you can pull out to do a specific job. And the more of these that you learn that you can sort of pull up and play on command, the more satisfying your improvising will become. But try not to rush through them all. Try and sort of methodically go through them one at a time. And this is, for me and the students in my studio, it's the most logical place to start. Let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions for what you'd like me to cover next. If not, I'll see you next week for another guitar lesson. Thank you very much.